Well, hello and welcome to another video. And today we're going on an adventure. It's not just a drive, it's a far bigger project. In about an hour and 20 minutes, I'll be joined by Noah, and we are going to go down to Swanage. Now, about 2.5 years ago, there or thereabouts, when the separation first took place between Noah's mum and myself, Noah and I spent a lot of time together, a lot of father and son time, and we went to Swanage quite a few times, and it was absolutely marvellous. We had a lovely time, and in those days we were just in a very old banged out car, and it was just about spending time together. Now this trip we've obviously got the camper, and that's far more luxurious than sleeping in, well, basically in a state car with the seats tilted back and 2 bikes in the back, which is what we did before. But I've also invested, let's say, quite heavily in all the camera equipment, which I've been aching to use for the last, I suppose, 18 months really. The lockdowns, all 3 of them, have sort of got in the way of that really. So we've got about an hour and 20 minutes ahead of us now. I won't bore you with all of that, but I need to stop for some fuel, and then when I've got Noah, then we'll reveal the plan. It's going to be good. I'll catch in, well, I say a sec, I'll catch in about an hour and a half. Well, welcome back, and I'm now joined by Noah, and we are en route together, aren't we, on our adventure. So let's tell the ladies and gentlemen a little bit about our route, shall we?
Yes.
So we always go the same way, don't we?
Yes.
So we're going to Swanage, but we go first of all to Chippenham Pit Stop Services. Now this is important because it is the best shop in the entire world. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we will go, and traditionally we have to look to see if we can get these sunglasses. Invariably we won't, because I think they've stopped selling them, but we will nonetheless have a look.
And we will complain to them that they need to start selling them again.
We will do this, yes. So then we go on to the KFC at Shaftesbury, don't we?
Indeed.
Yeah. Where we will have a nice large bucket of chicken and other bits and pieces.
And some Pepsi.
And some Pepsi, very important.
Tango, actually.
Yes. And then we will head on down towards Swanage, except today we're stopping at Wareham with the camper van. So that's our sort of plan. We'll stop, we'll get provisions, we'll go to the campsite. Depending on what time we get there now, we can go down to the seafront first, go to Wareham afterwards. Obviously don't mind. So this is Corfe. This is an absolutely lovely place, very idyllic. That having been said, parking is a real sod, if I'm honest. It's just impossible to pull up anywhere. Although that having been said, I see a parking sign over there, but I've never been able to park.
Before we started going to Swanage, when was the last time we went to Swanage?
When was the last time I was at Swanage before we started coming?
Yeah.
We came once with Mum, and Mum didn't even get out the car. It wasn't her sort of place. It was very cobbledy and she struggled with her stick. So we came and we were here for a grand total of 3 minutes. That sort of counts.
Before then?
Oh, before then it would have been me with my mum and dad, Ali and Jeff.
What, 20 years before?
Oh, more than that.
30.
30 years, absolutely. Possibly more than 30 years. I think we stopped coming when I was still in junior school, so that would have been 33 years ago. So as we go round the bend by the traffic lights, we'll be looking at the Cornish Bakery, which is where we had our breakfast. Isn't it now, a couple of times?
It's where we always have our breakfast.
Although not today, because we have sort of eaten breakfast, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think it's already looking quite packed, Noah. Even though it's only sometime around 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'd quite like to go where we went yesterday, but they seem to be having a mothers' meeting over there. So I'll let them.
Are you on camera?
Yes. I want our spot.
Indeed.
Well, we've got a lovely view of the bay down there, so I think what we'll do is we'll get ourselves ready and together and we'll go down and have a look. What do you reckon, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay, see you in a sec.
But I might sit on one of those rocks, one of these rocks, but no. Do you remember when I said it might be down a lot? Look at that. The tide was all the way up that.
What are we looking at?
See that like bit out? It's out. The ramp is entirely in the
It's lovely, isn't it?
The entire place is lovely, isn't it?
We think so, don't we?
Mm-hmm. If you went down there, how would you get up? That's my query.
I'm not sure.
You'd have to have like a ladder or something to get up. But that's too tall to jump. Unless you had like a hand up. I suppose you could get up there. Or you could get up there.
Yeah, I think that's more flood defence side. Hold on. How much you love Swanage?
I love Swanage a lot.
Be a bit more enthusiastic.
This is a great place.
It is actually, isn't it?
Yep. We're meant to do that.
Yeah. So happy we're here?
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's go into John's.
Yep.
So now you don't scratch your eyes a second. Okay, so now you'd like to have a look in the estate agent's window, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Right, so we're gonna have a look.
Yes. There's another estate agent right here.
Yes, I was trying to get under.
Queens Road. Baycrest Crescent. Havens.
So what do you reckon? Can we afford to move?
No. Value buys.
Oh dear.
They have Mr. Meat. What is this shop?
Like a sort of a gift shop. If you have got too much money and you want to throw some of it away on some useless junk to buy for people that you didn't bring with you on the trip, you can go in there.
And waste money.
Yes.
Oxfam. You know what I'm talking about. What's it, Oxfam?
Let's not be rude. Oh wow, look at that old camera there. I don't think you'd get much video on that, would you?
No.
Remember the queue for the fish and chips last night was...
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be one now. It's good. So we're having some chilling time now, aren't we, Noah?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we just thought we'd do a bit to camera. We're playing this rather cool game. Now we can't tell you what the game is because that would be product placement, and we're not doing that for free. So we're just playing our game.
We're really not.
It's a bit like Risk, and it's tremendously good fun. And it just involves swiping the screen mindlessly. But it's a bit of chilling time, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So what do you think you've enjoyed the most this trip, Noah?
My shake.
Your shake?
And the smell and the remindingness of the arcade. Yes, remindingness is a word now.
Because we've said so.
Yes. That's exactly it. Nope. Nope. Nope.
You alright?
Yeah.
Hay fever better?
I bet, yeah.
It's a nice watch you're wearing.
Yes, I know.
I used to have one like that.
Did you?
Yes. Didn't have it very long though, somebody had it off me.
Would it happen to have 200 meters down?
Very possibly. I think we're a bit tired out really, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been an absolutely
Amazing day.
It has, hasn't it? We've been limited on what we've sort of shared, haven't we? Because we've been so busy having fun. But speaking of why? Okay. Have another can if you want to now, my son. They're chilled and they're fresher. Well, yes, an amazing day, an amazing trip. So, an amazing trip, wouldn't you agree, Noah?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not over yet, because what do I always say about the journey?
Most important part.
Well, absolutely. Well, it's certainly part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
And to be honest, it was like 4 hours part of it.
yeah, so we've had a nice time at Swanage. And now, as we leave, I'm not quite sure what she's doing, but I can't get round there, so I physically can't clear it. She was trying so hard to be helpful, but the angle I needed because of the large bollard on the floor, I would have grounded the van, so it was kind of her to try and wait, but it was one of those times where someone's not used to driving a big vehicle themselves and they genuinely look at the situation thinking they're being helpful, and it's only afterwards that they go, oh yes, that vehicle wouldn't get through that gap, would it? So as we leave, my son, what do you what's your favourite bit of today? What do you think? The world's biggest ice cream was quite fun, wasn't it?
That was. Apart from the fact that my hands were. They had another layer of ice cream on them. Like, not just one layer, like 13 layers. Or something of just ice cream.
Well, it just melted all over you, and it was melting
Yeah.
quicker than you could eat it, wasn't it? So
Right.
it's.
The thing is, the more I ate it, that bit would crumble off. It would melt quicker because it would be open, and then it would just get destroyed. And the problem is, I was trying to lick it all up, but the thing is, that mixed it, and that just.
It was fun, and
Very fun.
so Swanage Town is this funny little one-way system, and you get here, and I think The sat-nav wants you to go straight up there, but I always come out this way. Shopping arcade, look at that now, look at all that grass and the... But yes, I think far more adventures, maybe Swanage again, or somewhere different to Swanage, what do you think?
We're going to need to do Swanage again, but not the next time we go on another one.
Okay, that is a fair comment. So, where do you reckon next time? Wales, towards Port Meriam?
Could do.
That'd be nice. I think that'd be quite nice.
Or I could start researching their mums.
That's a good idea. You could start doing some research, couldn't you? Some places that perhaps we could go. It doesn't have to be Wales, doesn't have to be Swanage, it can be somewhere completely different. Just have a look, see what you can find.
I'll try and make it up to 4 hours.
That's very decent, because obviously it's 4 hours to Wales, so for our part anyway. So I think as we leave Swanage, I think we should tell everybody what the secret of our little trips is, don't you?
Uh-huh.
It's basically, it doesn't have to have a point, it doesn't have to be a purpose. It's just about father and son doing crazy bits and pieces together, isn't it? Just stuff. So, yes, that's our words for anybody watching. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, or indeed any at all. Well, we're coming to the end of our fantastic trip, aren't we, Noah?
We are, sadly.
Sadly, but I think we're going to be doing it again quite soon, aren't we?
Yeah.
And you know, what are some of the things that were lovely for me? Remember I was saying to you before about, you know, thinking maybe you'd grown up a bit too much and you know, maybe you want to come and spend time with Dad, but it was lovely that you wanted to come.
Yeah.
And you know, it was just nice, wasn't it? It was...
And I wanted to show you also another reason that I did actually want to come.
Well, I think it was lovely that we've done it. And although now, if we're honest, we're a bit tired and a bit smelly, aren't we?
I don't feel.
You might not, I do. The lack of having a shower.
I've actually had a shower right before I came.
But you didn't have a shower while we were away, and neither did I.
No, because those campsite showers were made out of plastic.
That's right, they were. So any final thoughts? Because very shortly this particular battery on the camera is going to run out. And so it might be a nice way to sort of sign off to, you know, everyone that's followed our adventure. Any final thoughts?
Well, one inspirational speech. Go for your dreams.
Go for your dreams, yeah, I'd go with that.
And do the things that make you happy. For example, us with adventures. Yours might be tarting, like mine also is.
Yes.
Still, like you get what I mean. Do the things that make you happy.
But I really like that because we like our adventures, don't we? And so even though a lot of people would say we were mad for doing some of the daft things we do, we just go for them, don't we? And we
Exactly.
do them. Okay, so that is a lovely way to finish. So we will say cheerio, thanks for joining in our crazy adventures. We hope we haven't been too mad for you, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one. So we'll say cheerio for now. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.